Good morning. It's Thursday, June 8th, Harry Truman's birthday. But I'm not going to talk about Harry today. Today I want to talk about one of the smartest animals in the world. And I'm not talking about humans. These animals may actually be smarter than us. But in any event, it's not dogs, it's not cats, it's not the elephant, it's not the monkey, it's not the great ape. It's none of those animals. This is an animal that survives in all the oceans of the world, and maybe some seas. The octopus pod, or the octopus as it's better known. The octopus has been around for a long, long time. It actually gave up its shell over 160 million years ago. So originally it was a shelled creature, but then it chose to exist as a soft creature without a skeleton. So the octopus has no bones at all. But why am I saying it's so smart? Well, it has 9 brains. Each of its tentacles, or arms if you want to talk in a different tone, each of them has a brain. Plus his body has a brain. And it is with these brains he is able to outsmart all of the creatures in the ocean that would attack him because he looks like a soft target. Sharks are constantly after him. But because he has this many brains, one for each arm, which controls the movement of the arm, and it enables the arm to do a lot of different things in opposition to what the other arms are doing. And its mind, his body brain, so to speak, is capable of creating a new image of himself almost immediately. Depending upon the terrain that he's in, he can change his color, his skin color, so that it blends completely with his surrounding terrain. And in addition to that, he's capable of changing his skin texture. Imagine that, he changes his skin texture. So if he's in a place where there are pebbles and jagged rocks, he can imitate that almost instantly. There are several fish that have that capability, but they take 20 or 30 or 40 seconds to do their work, but not the octopus, not the cephalopod. In his realm, he does it in under 2 or 3 seconds. He's a new creature. This enables him to hide from his enemies. And it also enables him to hide in places where he expects to do his own fishing, so to speak. Because he survives on small fishes and small animals in the ocean, small amphibian creatures. And then, octopi or cephalopods come in many different sizes and shapes. They're not all the same size and shape. There are very large ones and then there are very small ones. And I'm sure that many of you have even eaten octopus at some point in time. So they're not immune to being captured by humans in some way, shape, or form. But in any event, because of this ability to change their shape and change their color, they can creep into crevices. Or they somehow or other will find a large shell from a clam or something, and they'll carry it around with them, and then they can duck under it whenever they need to. So this is clearly one of the most intelligent creatures on the planet, and it's one of the ones that have been raised the interest of many scientists. In fact, out on the internet, where I got all my information, are several videos showing the actions of the cephalopod. And it's quite unique to watch them streak across the ocean floor on their tentacles and then duck into some crevice or hole and hide because the sharks are approaching. And then to change their texture and their color from rough to smooth in an eyelash, in the blink of an eye. So in many ways we could consider the octopus or the cephalopod as an alien creature, one who really shouldn't be in existence on our planet. But they're here, a boneless streak of lightning racing across the ocean floor and hiding when necessary from the predators. It's hard to imagine the many shapes and forms that they can come in or become. And it's hard to recognize them because they come in all of these different colors and shapes and designs. Plus their size can be huge and minuscule. So it's amazing that this creature hasn't gotten more attention than it's getting right now. Because right now there's groups of scientists around the world that are studying them, trying to understand the makeup of the cephalopod. It was amazing to watch them hide in the crevices as the sharks streaked by. And then it was amazing to watch them search the ocean floor for material that might help them in the future. It wasn't unusual to see them carrying around a defensive mechanism. And this was not a fighting mechanism. This was a mechanism that they could curl up and hide in. So you had relatively small cephalopods with clamshells carrying around and some larger cephalopods with something bigger. And then they would find a broken pipe of some kind and they could go inside that and hide. Because they have no skeletal structure, right? They are kind of a blob of moving muscle with 9 brains. And every part of their body is in tune with what has to be done. It's amazing. Could you think about trying to do something using 9 different functions at the same time? Well, that's what the cephalopod does. They have 8 limbs to worry about, plus their body. And they are able to control all of that. So this is an overlooked creature, an overlooked part of our world up to this point. Now they are becoming studied hard. I don't know if that's good or bad for them. But in any event, they are being studied seriously now because they have traits that while we can't copy, they are worth noting. So keep your eye out. Go on the internet and look up cephalopod and look up the videos that are out there. They're fascinating. And they're not long. One is short, one's about 20 minutes, and there's others out there that are various lengths, and they're worth looking at. And it's worth looking at the ocean floor, because the ocean floor is unique. It's pretty in its own way. So I leave you with that this morning. The cephalopod, one of the smartest creatures, clearly the smartest creature in the oceans and waters, and probably smarter than most of the creatures on Earth, including many humans. Have a great day. Bye.